welcome back to the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show right here in your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS.
And remember, our goal is always to guide you to personal and financial wellness.
Well, you're here with the Don and Gino Show. That's right. Over 8 years of sharing what you need to know, want to know, should know about real estate, finance, your community, and so much more. And we love doing this. We love our new studio. We love our guests. This is a great thing. This is why we've been doing this for over 8 years. In fact, you can see how happy we are and how much we enjoy by going to donandgino.com. And today is no different because we brought one of our favorite professionals, been in our studio probably, I don't know, 3 dozen times because he always brings value. He takes care of our insurance policy. He's our insurance professional, and he's bringing great information for you today. Right, Gino?
Yeah, and as I'm sitting here and we were talking kind of off camera for a little bit, and all of a sudden we got engaged in this conversation. And Don's like, hey, guys, can we turn on the cameras? Because this is what we're supposed to talk about on camera. We're like, oh, yeah.
It's good stuff. Trust me. I already know it. I saw the prequel.
But the reality is...
It's a trailer.
It was a trailer, yeah. The reality is that that is how we learn. We learn through conversations with professionals. We learn through breaking bread, going to lunch together, sharing a drink, and that's why we welcome you into the studio.
Yeah, when are we doing that, Carlos? We're so due.
It's been a while, yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready. 5 o'clock somewhere, right?
It's a little early right now, but hey.
Just kidding.
Yeah, we're going to try to move our tickets closer to you on the Rams tickets, because in June I think we get another opportunity to possibly move them.
Yeah, we're looking forward to this season. Last year I went to the Super Bowl, which was fantastic. Awesome. And this year we're hoping to go to the Super Bowl in Miami, because if the Rams make it, I will be there with my lovely wife.
That would be awesome.
Having a great time.
That'd be awesome.
That's great.
Unfortunately, no, it won't be against the Saints.
No. But we get the Saints at home.
I know. That's helpful.
Yeah.
Because I go to that stadium every year because my girlfriend's from New Orleans. I love the Saints, by the way, my second favorite team. And boy, it's tough at the Homestead. Trust me.
Yeah. Yeah, these two didn't talk for like 3 days.
2 weeks of hell.
Yeah. So, anyway, speaking about insurance,
yes.
Let's get back on the subject here. We were talking about changes, and off camera, what kind of sparked the conversation was there is inflation rampant in the insurance business. And it's not only happening with the price of insurance, it's also happening with some carriers. The way they're defending their price is they're dropping some services. So maybe your price stayed similar or it only went up a little bit, but you've lost some coverage.
Well, that coverage may be imperative too, completely imperative. You may not know it's not even there. So that's why, again, we always say that you need to talk to a professional who's going to go through the process and ask you the questions and let you know what you're being covered by or not. And Carlos does that with me. He goes through and he goes, yeah, you can do that if you want, but you might want this coverage, or did you think about this? And that's the difference. And because you don't know how important insurance is until you need it. Right, Carlos?
That is correct.
I'm like a commercial, huh?
Well, and thank you very much for that. The thing is that you really don't know what you have until you need it, and that might be too late. So what we try to tell our clients is, hey, read your policy. Make sure you understand all the exclusions, the limitations. Make sure you know what you're covered for, and if you're not sure, ask a question, because I can only tell you so much before you tune me out, because,
just insurance.
The reality is that that's all I do is insurance, but when I'm talking to a consumer, sometimes it's too much. Yeah. So you have to pick your spots and say, okay, this, that, and then try to get them.
Well, so I'm sure you make a phone call to an insurance agent and you get the big questions, right? Car, house, I don't know, liability insurance, any other buildings,
right?
Anything super ultra expensive, art collection, something like that. But maybe you don't get into family heirloom, piece of jewelry, guns, little tiny things that are important to you that should be covered, or at least you should know how much it costs to have them covered. Wine. But say it again. Wine.
That's a good point.
I knew all
Both
three of us.
Yeah.
You too.
Oh,
I
have a wine collection and it's fully insured. Trust me when I tell you that.
Yeah.
But that's a good point, because a lot of carriers have different terminologies, so you need to read that policy carefully to make sure that you know the limits. Some carriers have no limits in case of a fire for guns, but they have a limit in case of theft.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Some carriers are the same thing with jewelry. Jewelry is a limit in case of theft. In case of a fire, they may not have a limit.
And then there's things too, like for example, I was looking at the difference about the way they're written, the difference because I do read my policies now, but the personal property, like my single family residence insurance, isn't written exactly the same as my landlord's policy. Those have two different.
Right.
It's like they were written by two different authors. They definitely have a different tone to them.
But that's a good point because some homeowners are now starting to mimic the rental properties.
Gotcha.
So what you want to look for in your policy is take a look at it, see if it's special form or named perils. Named perils means that the coverages are only to what is on the policy, whether it be fire, wind damage, theft. And if it's not there, there is no coverage. That's what named perils means.
Okay.
If it's special form, if it's not excluded, it's covered.
And that's what I think, how we feel that all insurance is, but maybe not.
But they can
not.
cut corners by changing that.
Well, they can. See, what happens is when you buy a policy back in 1998, okay, that was probably one of the best policies you could buy because it had the richest verbiage, the best coverages, right? So as claims start to come in, the companies do what they call amendments or endorsements. And you get your policy, and you don't get a full policy every year, you just get a couple of pages. And it says, by the way, we changed this and this.
It has the bulk of it.
So they take away stuff sometimes, and you have the option to buy it back. But if you don't, then you have a lapse. Not a lapse, like a...
You called it something last time, but it's like a gap in coverage.
Yeah, a
little
loophole,
hole.
a little something. So
Yeah.
if you started with a special form and then after 9 endorsements later, they change it to a named pearls without you knowing it, you're still thinking you have special form, right? And the agent never called you and you never bothered to read the policy. I mean, everybody could be blamed here, right? But the thing
But
is...
you're never going to find out until the actual adjuster comes out to see what happened to you.
Right.
And says, oh, we took that away 4 years from now. You see right here?
Right, and that's too late. By then, you know, the claim is already started. You're going to have an issue. So better yet, just call me at 255-8282 and let us look at your policy for free. We'll give you advice, not charge you.
Yeah, and just be careful because there's so ways to cut corners and stuff, especially with insurance when you're trying to compare and go, oh, I went with this carrier because they were cheaper. You would think that the carriers are going to be as forthright as they should be at times, but I'm sorry. I don't care what business you're in. We see it in our business at times. I have seen where they'll say, oh, I'm a little cheaper. Well, I saw a current policy that basically said that the homeowner had a security system throughout their home, therefore they got a $50 discount. So their policy literally was the difference. Oh, why should I pay $50 more a month? It's the exact same policy. It wasn't. And that person did not have a security system, and therefore if there was theft and there was no security system, they're not covered for $50 a month. So be careful.
Yeah,
you got to
can
really
you
pay
imagine?
attention.
Hey, I made you old so that you could get a better price. What do you mean? My birthday's on my driver's license. That's not something we can lie about. It's not something I can hide.
Right.
But that's a true statement, though, because if you say that you have something and at the time of loss you don't have it, they can exclude the claim.
Particularly a security system. I mean, that happens to be a significant.
I mean, that's huge.
It's something I caught. I'm like, I don't remember you having that. And she's like, I don't know. He put it on. I got a discount. I'm like, yeah, but you don't have it.
Well, yeah, and we see that a lot also in commercial. A lot of commercials risk, whether it be a laundromat, a liquor store, whatever, a retail shop. A lot of agents add that discount because it drops the premium. But at the time of claim,
Right.
Well, and can you imagine?
they deny the claims.
I
for
was
theft.
going to say, in an inventory business, that could be hundreds of thousands of dollars of inventory.
Yeah.
To save a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. The other thing we're seeing a lot is personal injury is being excluded from the renewal quotes. And personal injury is huge because if you talk bad about somebody, if you do harm to somebody, they can sue you, and that endorsement on your homeowners covers you. Okay? Here's a good example. Your neighbor, accuses you stole his laptop. you know? But it turns out that you didn't. I can go after him now for false accusation. By having personal injury, the carrier is going to protect him if he has it. So that's an important coverage that you need.
I'm thinking of my trash cans and how many lawsuits we're going to have just between the neighbors on a cul-de-sac.
Oh, please.
Well, I hope not, because
He gets in trouble when he doesn't even take them out.
We have
You
a
can
trash
talk
can
that.
issue. Yeah.
I never heard of such an issue over La
crazy.
Basura.
but all policies have the availability to add endorsements or delete them. Just got to make sure you understand and that you look at your contract.
You know what I've never seen? Maybe there is this, or maybe there's not this, but maybe it's a checklist or something cool that you could send out, send to your client and say, here's an a la carte list of 100 different things that you can ask for your insurance policies. I want to insure the crystal ball. I want to insure my client.
There are forms like that. There are inventory forms that we can send out. There's all kinds of stuff.
It's true that crystal ball is worth a lot.
I'm going to say that crystal ball is worth something. We've been
Because
talking about it for 8 years.
that thing's been money for
Especially
over
if there's
8
a
years.
genie in it, right?
I don't know. There's
Doesn't
something.
have anything in it.
It's been absolutely correct for quite some time.
Hey, how much did they sell the thing, the movie from Big with the guy?
Oh yeah, the
inside
Zoltar.
Yeah, like the original Zoltar. That thing's got to be worth the same.
There you go.
At least a few grand.
One last comment on the special form named perils. A good example that just happened to one of our clients. He had a bucket of ammonia and he was going to go clean something and he tripped over and it ruined his carpet.
Okay.
Okay? On a named peril policy, you're out of luck.
Really?
With a special form, it's covered.
Right, because there's no chance that on the name peril it said, man kicks ammonia bucket on carpet.
Right. So that's just a simple little thing that can create havoc.
But those are the things you're usually making calls on. It's that silly thing where your kid grabs the chlorine and walks through the middle of the house with it. You know?
If you have named peril,
My brother did that.
you have
by the
no
way.
coverage.
A line through the entire house.
So if you have special form, then it's going to be covered.
It's funny.
But that's I mean, some of that stuff, though, guys, I mean, it's still, and you would know better than I do, but I'm like, do people really make claims for little tiny things like that?
Yes, and that leads me to another thing. Be careful when you file claims because, you know, if you have two of the same claims, most likely you might get non-renewed. And then if you think your rates are bad now,
I mean, I think things
it's going to be a
happen-
lot worse.
Things happen all the time to me that were claimable. But
Yeah.
I just wait until there's something totally catastrophic, like a 3-story flood.
Right. We tell clients, that's why we always sell a high deductible.
Yeah.
Not sell, we recommend because we say you don't want to put a claim for the small stuff. Take care of it.
Yeah.
You
But
know
also reach out to you because you don't know what. Sometimes you don't know what's. I called you up and I'm like, hey, do I have windshield protection? You're like, yeah, $50. I had my windshield replaced.
And that doesn't count necessarily under your claims per se, right?
it does not.
Right.
yeah.
Because if it did, I would have told you.
Yeah, you would have said.
By the
first-
way-
Well, you
Yeah.
would have known because you would have had this giant deductible.
Yeah.
You know.
There's actually a local car wash in town that has like a guy there that all he does is windshields.
Fix
and
his
he
windshield.
Yeah, he's like, oh, you have a crack on your windshield. He's like, I could fix it. He's like, let me see your insurance. Right there on the spot at the car
Smart.
wash.
Yeah, that's good. You know. But anyways, yeah, please call me at, again, 661-255-8282. Reach out to us at Carlos Villalobos Insurance. We'll be happy to answer all your questions. Or send me an email at carlosvinsurance@gmail.com.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Yeah, and what I was going to say is just have them take a look at your policies. That's probably the most important thing. Identify gaps or identify that you have no gaps. I mean, the best thing that could possibly ever happen to you is Carlos looks at it and says, you're good.
And he's done that. All right, thanks again for being part of the Don and Gino Show. Again, please visit us at donandgino.com. Check out the National Real Estate Cafe, nrecafe.com, where we give you a daily video blog of what's really happening in the real estate and finance market. Share this with your friends. Share this great information. This is good stuff. Go to our YouTube channel. Thousands of YouTube videos, that's right, thousands of them with great information. You can always pull up Carlos Villalobos. You'll have probably 40 videos of great information about how you should be paying attention to your insurance and make sure you're covered and your family's protected. And thank you for being part of our show. Again, donandgino.com.